the ability to channel. It doesn't necessarily have to be music, it can be dancing. It can be, channeling old dancers, channeling composers. So this person has a strong ability to say, oh, this is the energy that I need. I need to tap into Gene Kelly and he's dancing in the rain. Or this person says, oh, I want to build some beautiful music like Mozart, and sits at the computer and off they go. So this is a continuation of the hobby horse happening here. Hello, welcome back as we continue taking a look at the individual degrees of astrology, the Sabian degrees. There are 360 total. We're taking a look at 2 each day. Today we're on Sagittarius Gemini 29. We will begin with Gemini today. I thank you so much for being here, and I hope you don't hear the background noise. There's fiber optics being installed pretty much right outside my window, but time to record, so we're going to press on. Thanks for being here. Here we go. Through bankruptcy, society gives to an overburdened individual the opportunity to begin again. A cloud in the shape of a rabbit. Leaving his wealth behind, a man wanders away. A house which keeps growing bigger and bigger. In a dim room, incense creates a soothing atmosphere. The crystal for Gemini is actually a metal. It is nickel, and both will be in the description if you'd like to take a closer look. Nickel inspires us to be creative. It is excellent for writers and artists. Creative, artistic communication is what's going on here. It helps us look inward, reevaluate our spiritual beliefs. It is a soothing amulet, puts us in a calm state of mind. It stimulates personal growth, helps us overcome obstacles and challenges. It encourages us to explore new opportunities. It shields us from negativity, helps us feel safe and secure, helps us move through life with more self-confidence and courage. It gives us unfiltered truth, helping us see things clearly. At this late stage, we are still clearing away what we don't need. And again, this is in a radical way to clear away what is in the way, the bankruptcy symbol. There are things that may come up on this degree that feel unbearable. And if they do, you need to really take a close look at them, because today's an opportunity to let them go, cut them loose. Rabbits are a sign of abundance, and here this mind can feel boundless. I think the bankruptcy symbol and the rabbit symbol do go together. If you have a mind that is so abundant and imaginative, and you just can dream and dream and dream, you need some way to harness it. Otherwise, you can go in circles and just never really accomplish anything. The idea here is to create a boundary. Say, okay, I'm going to do one thing. And an obvious example is Beatrix Potter, where she decided to write stories. She loved to write stories, she loved animals, but she honed in on rabbits. And by honing in on one thing, she was able to be incredibly imaginative and expansive in her creativity, in her art, with drawing and with writing, but solely about rabbits. And it just grew and grew and grew. That is a good example of what this degree is about. So there's an ability here to be incredibly imaginative in your communication, but there's also the need to create boundaries for yourself that are not too restrictive, but restrictive enough so that you can harness the creative genius. Otherwise, it can just run amok. The house keeps growing bigger and bigger. That's our imagination. That is the fact that we are infinity, but we have to find some way to express our truth, the deepest truth. What is the one thing that means the most to me, and express it and keep finding new ways to express it. The fact that you limit yourself requires imagination to keep finding new ways to do it, like new languages, new shapes, new forms. Always the same idea, i.e. a rabbit, but you keep finding new ways to do it. The nickel is helpful here to meditate on the metal nickel because it helps us see the truth, it helps us see clearly, harness creative genius. So there's creative genius here, that's the good thing. The key is to harness it. Therefore, the bankruptcy is to get rid of whatever is not helpful, whatever is not maintaining that one thing, that one ideal. You let it all go so that you can expand in a beautiful way, but in a controlled way. Let's take a look at Sagittarius. An old bridge over a beautiful stream. It is still in constant use. A man channeling new music from deceased composers. A witch's ritual dagger. A house built over a river. Freed from gravity. Men dancing in space. The stone here is green opal. It amplifies potential, but it also amplifies our defects so that we can identify them and let them go, get rid of their harmful effects on us. For women, it helps during the transitional period of puberty and menopause. It helps us regulate hormones. It helps with digestive issues. It helps release emotional burdens. It helps all of us move more easily through life changes, helping us feel more balanced. It builds self-confidence and fosters respectful, reciprocal relationships. So we have a few strong images here. One is a bridge, an old bridge, a beautiful old bridge. So conserving history could be a strong emphasis here on this degree. Appreciating the works of music from long ago is here. The man channeling new music from deceased composers. So there's an ability to appreciate, build. You can be a sculptor that builds, a sculptor that is also an engineer here, building beautiful structures that are enduring for the society. They help beautify society, make it more useful and more beautiful at the same time. So a beautiful degree here. An ability to see from above, like an eye in the pyramid. You can oversee everything, and therefore you know what to cut away. We're still in a cutting away mode here from Gemini, definitely, but also from here, freed from gravity. So the release we saw in Gemini with the bankruptcy, the cutting away what we don't need, it frees us from gravity. So there's quote-unquote moonwalking. Like, I wonder if Michael Jackson had this degree strong, probably did. Dancing in space. So there's no limits here. Again, like we saw in Gemini, freed from gravity, men dancing in space. There's no limit. The only limits we put are the ones we put on ourselves. So anything that appears closed, gravity can be cut loose and off you go. So an ability to open up any and all blocks, limitations, just by changing your mind about it. A key focus here is the witch's ritual dagger, which can be used to cut away anything that we don't need, anything that is limiting us, any connections that are just wrong and outdated. They can be internal connections, emotional connections with others. In meditation, it can be used as a way to symbolically cut yourself loose from what is dragging you down. So that ability is really strong here. Reparation of offenses can be had here. Building beautiful structures, so definitely an engineer, someone who has an eye for beauty, has this degree strong in their chart. An eye for antiquities, an eye for beautiful old books as well, and music. When we cut away all that is dragging us down internally and externally, you know, one comes and then the other follows. we're able to open up to the universe and have the ability to channel. It doesn't necessarily have to be music, it can be dancing. It can be, channeling old dancers, channeling composers. So this person has a strong ability to say, oh, this is the energy that I need. I need to tap into Gene Kelly and he's dancing in the rain. Or this person says, I want to build some beautiful music like Mozart, and sits at the computer and off they go. So this is a continuation of the hobby horse happening here, where you just jump on and you ride, but we do it by cutting away all the excess, by limiting ourselves in our creative pursuits and the things that we build in our life and our careers to one thing. We're able to be freed open to infinity. And I would really, really love your input on what you think that means to set up a boundary, yet also feel completely freed by it. This concept comes up in a few symbols, and Beatrix Potter is a beautiful example of it. If you have some more, I'd love to hear them. Leave a comment of your ideas on this concept and your idea on ways that we've seen this throughout time. So that's what I have for you today. I thank you so much for being here, for leaving a comment if you're inclined to do so. Please like the video if you've enjoyed it, subscribe for more, and take care till next time.